見せてくれ、本当の力を。
That's right, all you lovely Saiyans out there. Dragon Ball Super Superhero is out, and we're gonna talk about it. This video will contain spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, now is your chance to click off of the video. You have been warned. But before we get into the video, I would love it if you could give the video a like, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment so you'll be up to date on all of the videos I do on this channel. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so the movie kicks off with a brief overview of everything that has happened with the Red Ribbon Army. It takes you through the complete history, starting all the way back in Dragon Ball. The movie does an excellent job within the setup and the context of the film itself. The film takes you on a trip where, after going through Dragon Ball, it goes up to Z, and now we're here. Now here is where I'm going to have to pause for a sec and say I am a huge fan of the Android Saga. I was all over this like Broly when he was whooping Frieza's ass.
What are you doing? I am the mighty Lord Frieza! You dare make me exert myself to put effort into a fight? Then I will teach you a lesson. Behold, this is Golden Frieza, the last you will ever see.
I honestly wish that they would have stuck on the Android Saga a little bit longer, but it does build on itself from what its predecessor did. By predecessor, I mean if you know about Dragon Ball and you know about the Red Ribbon Army, you will love this movie even more. Here's what I mean. It gives us a refresher of what happened with the Red Ribbon Army and how it ended, and it really gives you a sense of what more could we bring to the androids. But it does it in a fantastic way. The movie opens up with Carmine talking about the glory days of the Red Ribbon Army, and this movie does something that I didn't think it would ever do, and that's tie into the canon of Dragon Ball Super. It gives a deeper look into what Jiro's family tree is, and it makes Android 20 from Dragon Ball FighterZ canon. If you know the character, oh, you know. After they talk over the Jiro family tree, the two of them discuss Dr. Hedo, who has been in prison. Now, what's he in prison for? Well, I mean, he did something like he made walking corpses that would serve him and work in his labs. So you get this setup of who he is as a person, and he is a person who has good intentions, but as you'll see later, he is manipulated. See, the whole reason Carmine and Magenta wanted him in the first place was to rebuild the Red Ribbon Army so that they can take over the world. Now, Dr. Hedo wants the world that he lives in to be in a time of peace. He really isn't a bad person. He's just a misguided person who is misunderstood, and some would even say bad intentions. They get him to join the Red Ribbon Army, and then Magenta tells him that it's only a business transaction, and they begin their deal. We cut to Piccolo, who is training with Pan, and it is the cutest thing ever. I will say this now, this movie to me feels like a love letter to Gohan. Even in her training with Piccolo, it greatly mirrors Gohan in his early days. I honestly believe that Pan might be another Goku, but not a one-to-one comparison, but that's a theory for another day. Now we move on to Gohan, who is studying. Piccolo talks to Gohan and tells him that he should focus on his training, but Gohan's just focused on his studies. When he basically asks Piccolo to pick up Pan from school, which is both funny because Piccolo is like, listen, it's your kid, it's not mine, you should get your kid, not me, as well as telling Gohan, like, listen, I'm not the dad, you are, despite what the fandom says. Okay, I'm sorry, that was a bit of a tangent for me, but, you know, what ifs. But it is really telling to Gohan's character right now. Gohan is really living a life of peace, preferring not to fight, and would rather leave the superhero stuff to Goku and Vegeta, which they finally do have their fight, but we'll get to that at the end of the video. Piccolo tries to tell Gohan that he should train, and throughout most of this movie, they hammer home the fact that Gohan is or he could be the strongest warrior in the universe if he just... And...
No, stay snapped! Stay snapped! Ah, God damn it.
But that's the thing about Gohan. He is not a fighter. I mean, he is, but he isn't. He's not like his father who thrives on fighting. So he would rather have a life of peace than to be thrown into the fray without a reason. So for most of the movie, Gohan is just being an everyday father. Now we get on to one of my favorite scenes in the movie, which starts when Gamma 2 shows up to challenge Piccolo. Now, Pan has already ran off to school, literally. Piccolo is relaxing in his chair with his stuffed animals, and then out of nowhere, here comes Gamma to stir up the day. Now, the Gammas and Dr. Hedo have been told that Bulma and the rest of her gang run a mafia, which honestly, it is literally the funniest thing. The fact that they're like, Bulma runs a mafia and she's the head, and then Goku and Vegeta are the muscle. I don't think either of them would have understood what a mafia was. I mean, Vegeta might understand what a mafia is, but damn sure not Goku. Goku would not have understood what a mafia enterprise or a mafia is. So that's just hilarious. And so he says like he needs to be stopped by the heroes. And when I saw this in the theater, I was honestly excited to see how Piccolo would take on a villain and a threat, seeing how it's been so long since he's been out of the fighting scene. And I mean, well, since the last time we really saw him fight, it was with Android 17 during the Android saga. Well, I mean if you count Cell, probably, but even then, since the Cell saga, we have not seen him fight at all. We really have not. They then show how we see the effects, and they are hologram projections. I honestly chuckled, and I was like, good on you, Toei, for sort of breaking the fourth wall, or rather suspending our own disbeliefs, with the fact that the effects are shown and thrown in through holograms. I'll be honest, when I first saw this, I was like, wait, can Piccolo also see these effects? Or is it just for us? And I mean, to be honest, I would have been fine either way. But to see the fact that they address this is cool. Piccolo sneaks into the base where he finds out about the Red Ribbon Army's plan and Cell Max. Okay, I'm gonna be real here for a second. Now, because I am a huge fan, again, reiterating, huge fan of the Android Saga in Dragon Ball Z, I mean, who wouldn't love this line?
If they set that android free, it will be the end of all of us! No! Hey, Trunks! How about a little more warning the next time you do that?
And tell me you did not cry during this scene.
Go on. Why do you have to do it? Why do you have to leave me? It's not fair. Oh gosh, no. What did they do to you, Gohan? You were my best friend. You were everything to me. Everything. This just isn't fair. Gohan! Gohan! Gohan!
If you tell me you didn't cry, you lie. You sit on a throne of actual lies. When I heard that Cell Max was gonna be in this movie, and I had avoided everything on the interwebs about this movie, I had no idea what he was gonna look like. I had pictured Golden Cell, because, you know, Golden Frieza. But we got this. I didn't complain too much when he finally appeared in the movie, but I did simply go, cool. Piccolo sneaks into the Red Ribbon Army base and gets information on Cell Max and about the androids. One of the funniest jokes was when Piccolo was noticed by one of the soldiers, and he says, "You're looking a little green," or rather, "You know, you're looking a little green there." Piccolo says, "Oh yeah, stomach issues." And they don't brush it over either. They keep it going just a little bit later, when Piccolo and the soldier head off to go get Pan from school, which honestly had me dying in the theater. Here is where one of my other favorite parts of the movie comes into play. Piccolo and one of the soldiers arrive at Pan's school to pick her up, and when the soldier walks up to the teacher and says, "Your mom was busy, so she sent me to pick you up," Pan straight decks the shit out of him. It's hilarious. She knocks him the fuck out. It's so yeah, I'm laughing just thinking about it. Like, oh my god. When she knocks him the fuck out, she says, "I don't know you," and then heads over, and then walks over to Piccolo. And all I could think was, after which, Pan turns to Piccolo and says that she was able to sense his energy and recognize him, so she knew she wasn't in danger. Piccolo, Pan, and the soldier who was knocked the hell out by Pan are headed back to the base when Piccolo tells Pan the situation and gets her to play along. And I'm gonna stop it for a second. There was one part in the movie where when he wakes back up after he comes to, he's just like, tell no one about this. Like, what? Tell no one about this. Oh man, it's just hilarious. I was crying laughing. I was crying. It was just too good. And so after Piccolo convinces Pan to play along, it honestly gets heartwarming to see Piccolo in a fatherly role. And yes, I know, everyone says Piccolo was Gohan's father, or his true dad, and that Goku was the shit father, so this shouldn't be a surprise, but he really isn't a dad. He's just a great mentor. Anyway, they make it back and they make a video to send to Gohan, or to use as leverage for Gohan, honestly, and to get the others to come back and fight the androids on their turf. So Pan makes the video and the soldier rushes over to Gohan's house, much like when Frieza got a new power up and said, fuck it, we going over to Namek. That's literally what happens. So they rush over to Gohan's house and Piccolo is tagging along. They arrive at Gohan's place and the soldier like literally knocks on the front door, but Piccolo's like, no, come over here. He's not gonna answer. And so he scratches on the window and the soldier opens up the window and then tells Gohan to come with him. And Gohan's just like completely unbothered, not threatened, none of it. Gohan has been so enthralled with studies, he has no idea what the hell is even going on. And so, like, Gohan flat out ignores the soldier when he points the gun in his face and just flicks it away like it's nothing, like it's a bug or something. But then he's shown a video of Pan being held hostage, and Gohan loses his shit. Like, the boy literally powers up to the point to where he causes a massive crater in the ground where he's standing. Honestly, I'm glad the soldier wore his brown pants because I'm pretty sure he shat himself when Gohan powered up. The entire time, all I thought was, oh shit, you done fucked up, son. Gohan is about to wreck your shit. Gohan demands to be taken to Pan, so they are on their way. As Gohan arrives on the base, he spots Pan as she calls out to him. Gohan does one of the most badass things I've ever seen him do. Like, since the Cell Juniors, when he wrecked all their shits, he does the most badass thing I've ever seen him do in a long time. Gohan, without giving a single fuck, blows up the ship he's in and lands on the ground in slow motion and demands Pan back. But when he lands on the ground, like the rain slows down, his cape comes up, they have that faraway shot, and Gohan's looking serious as hell, and he just looks up, he's like, Pan, where's Pan? No shits, no fucks given, no nothing. Don't care about anything else. Where is Pan? And I'm like, yes, go get him. You get him, Gohan. You be that dad. You be that dad, Gohan. That is what you are. You be that dad. So they're like, listen, they do the villain thing. Like, if you want Pan, you got to get through us, blah, 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 blah. And so what happens? Gohan says, all right, fuck it. The fight picks up. And Gohan wastes absolutely no time stepping in. Now, admittedly, he's not as powerful as he was when he fought Cell, and that is apparent. But Gohan is able to hold his own. After a while, Piccolo tells Pan to cry out like she's in pain to get Gohan to snap, and when he does, again, Gohan snaps and literally turns up the heat. Like, he goes into his mystic form, which we haven't seen since the end of Dragon Ball. When he goes mystic, Gohan is pissed off and he goes right after Pan, and he almost succeeds. But he stopped when Gamma 1 steps in. Now, when Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 step in, Piccolo also steps in to help. Now, there is one thing I forgot to mention, and that is, see, when Gamma 2 and Piccolo fought earlier, and Piccolo lost, he went off to get the Dragon Balls from Bulma, in hopes that he could raise his power level. When he does this, Shenron grants him a wish, and Piccolo's inner strength is pulled out with him, and a little something extra. There is something else that happens in that scene with Bulma, and it is one of the funniest things to happen between Bulma and Piccolo. See, after Piccolo makes his wish and then Bulma asks if she can have the remaining 2 wishes, Bulma literally uses Shenron to get instant plastic surgery or instant cosmetics, and Piccolo sees this and is like, wait, this is what you've been using the Dragon Balls for? And like, Bulma literally has an entire division at Capsule Corp devoted to collecting the Dragon Balls so that no one else can find them, and so that she can have instant plastic surgery. And Piccolo's like, what the hell? This is what you use this for? And then Bulma's like, don't judge me. You have no right to judge me. Even though we all judge Bulma. We judged the hell out of Bulma. Even I did. People in the theater that were sitting next to me was like, really? Really, Bulma? This is what we doing? Really, Bulma? We judged Bulma so hard. Oh my god. And I was crying laughing because of how silly it was. It was just completely and utterly silly. There was no in between. Man, just as a Dragon Ball fan and as a person who loves the Android Saga, this just, my nerd heart, people, my nerd heart. Back to the fight. Now that the fight between Gohan and the others are underway, Piccolo is talking to Gamma 2, where this gets interesting because, again, they never presented the androids as like human or have human characteristics or parts to them, especially with Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, but each of them have their own personalities. Like, Gamma 2 is more laid back and he enjoys a good fight, whereas Gamma 1 is like, all right, you got to be serious and take this like not for face value, but literally be serious. And so to see that, you know, we see a struggle when Piccolo starts to tell Gamma 2, or he starts to ask him questions like, well, what if you've been lied to? We don't own a mafia. Like, you have been manipulated. There is no mafia here. We don't own that. And so you start to see the struggle within Gamma 2. You see, Gamma 2 believed what he was doing was right because, again, he was manipulated. So was Dr. Hedo, and he believed that he was a superhero trying to do good. Like, there's even a part that I didn't address earlier where Gamma 2, I think, is like, actually no, it's when Piccolo has Pan up and like he's harming her, and then Gamma 2 looks over and goes, hey, superheroes don't hurt the innocent, like we don't hurt girls. And again, that's a part that plays into this because you see like the conflict, and he was believed to be doing right, and the fact that he believed that he was being a true hero, and he is struggling with this with his own inner conflict. Dr. Hedo and Magenta are back in the lab as Magenta is trying to release Cell Max. Hedo again tells him that it's not safe to release Cell Max, that he's not ready, he's not complete, and so on and so forth. But because Magenta just doesn't care, he just ignores Hedo and he doesn't listen to him, and then he tries to kill Hedo. But Hedo then is shot by Magenta like 4 to 5 times, with Magenta believing that he has killed Hedo. And this is the part where, again, he believed that he killed him, but again, earlier in the film, Dr. Hedo was like, hey, my skin can withstand some damage. So after Hedo was shot by Magenta, Magenta goes to work but fails to kill Dr. Hedo because Hedo told us at the beginning of the film that he can withstand a considerable amount of damage, and you know, thanks to what he's done to his skin. Hedo and Magenta have a fight, but it's not really a fight, it's more like a struggle, kinda, sorta, and where Hedo reveals that he is part robot here. Now I may have missed this, but like, remember how I said that this like takes you back to like the fact of Dragon Ball being a action comedy? It really does that here because Magenta like literally is just like, Hedo is literally just like standing there like, ooh, too sexy for my shirt. And so now he literally takes us back, and it's kind of reminiscent of old Dragon Ball. And if I didn't say that before, I'm sorry, but like, this is one of those scenes. I mean, Magenta just stands there and is like, "Bah, Look at me. I'm so sexy. Da. Hedo makes quick work of Magenta by using the same wasp or bee that was shown earlier when he used it as like a camera. It was basically his like his insectoid nanoborg, or his version of it. So then, oh boy, after they fight, Magenta breaks the, not Magenta, it's Magenta. Magenta breaks the computer, and oh boy, guess who pops out this sumbitch? Cell Max is released, and again, I'm sitting in the theater like, oh shit, here it comes. It's the moment we've been waiting for. We have been waiting for this, like, finally, it's Cell Max, and he looks like everything I thought he would. Okay, I'm kidding. I honestly did not expect him to look like that, or look like a damn Christmas tree, and have a fucking wrecking ball on his tail, but what can you do? It's Dragon Ball. Subverting expectations is now a thing. And so, when he comes out, the first thing he does is go on a rampage. Much like Rudagon did in Dragon Ball Z Movie 13, Wrath of the Dragon. But this time, he just starts wrecking everyone's collective shit. I mean, it was at the point where Piccolo couldn't even stand up to him. I mean, that is until he went orange. Orange Piccolo is still something that's just hilarious to me. Oh god, this is why we love Akira Toriyama. I know everyone's like, what? Yeah. Piccolo literally can go orange now. Also at this point, Goten, Trunks, Krillin, and Android 18 have all joined the fight. 18 notices the new model of androids, and she kind of scoffs it off. She's like, huh, so these are the new androids, huh? Oh well then. But when she sees Cell Max, she is literally shaken up. She's afraid because the last time she even saw a Cell, oh boy, she was, yeah. The fight goes on and everyone joins in, including Goten and Trunks, who by this point aren't kids anymore. Thank God they aren't kids. They do the fusion dance, and here's where I'm thinking again, oh shit, yes, we're finally about to get adult Gotenks. This is finally about to happen. All the internet memes are gonna be great in canon, and yay! But what did we get? We're like, this is gonna be so cool. But what did we get? Instead, we got the fusion dance where it's fucked up by Trunks. I love you, Trunks, but why? Anyway, instead, we get Fat Gotenks, which, although funny, I kind of wish they would have gotten knocked out of it. Like they did in Dragon Ball Movie 13. Also like they did when Super Boo was beating the shit out of him. But no, it lasts throughout the entire movie. Krillin then meets up with Piccolo and tells him to get big. You know, use the giant form he did when he fought Goku in Dragon Ball, like at the end of it. I think it was Budokai Tenkaichi World Tournament, like 27, I think that's what it was, but I could be wrong. But then Piccolo does something. He reveals that, like, that form, first of all, it was never used after that. Second, it wasn't even anything that gave him any buffs. It was just something to scare Goku. It never increased his power at all, which shocked me because I'm like, okay, he's giant. He's a kaiju. Shouldn't that affect it? Nope. It didn't, but that didn't matter though, because Cell Max once again starts wrecking everyone's collective shits. God, it was like watching Broly run through them like he's on a field or something. I mean, he's kicking fucking ass and taking all the names. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 have now switched sides and they fight on behalf of the good guys, which honestly they should have done from the beginning, but who knows. They team up to stop Cell Max, and again, Cell Max just runs through them, blasting huge attacks and taking names and chewing bubblegum and kicking all the ass. Gamma 2 then tells everyone that Cell Max's weak spot is in his head, which I guess you can call it a, when they all start attacking, Gamma 2 decided to fly up and drop down on Cell Max with all of his power as an android. When Gamma 2 does this, I mean, man, oh man, I was screaming on the inside of the theater. I was like, go, 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 you can do it, Gamma 2, go! Man, hell, I wanted to jump into the movie and go and help Gamma 2 out because seriously, That was the coolest scene in the entire movie. Like, not even Gohan powering up topped that scene. That was just, bravo, Toriyama. Just, yes. It was like a nerdgasm. Sheesh. It was so freaking cool. Like, Gamma 2 had, hits his mark and almost one-shots, so he does hit him, but then the attack just, cracked his head and he lost an arm, which, I mean, that's kind of rare for Dragon Ball. Okay, maybe it's not rare, but still, with Cell being weakened by Gamma 2's attack, and I have to stop here for a sec because Gamma 2 dies, and I'm mad. I'm still mad at the fact that Gamma 2 dies. Like, why? Like, he was the hero, but again, I mean, he made the sacrificial death, but still, he didn't have to die. Could have just been repaired, like 16 was or something. But no, he dies. So, with Cell being weakened by Gamma 2's attack, he still starts wrecking shit. But this time, Piccolo steps in and Piccolo goes orange, and it's very reminiscent of like when Broly went berserk in Dragon Ball Super Broly. Like, it's very reminiscent. I'm just like, oh shit, okay, Piccolo's about to get in. He's about to go in, he's about to do this, and then, yeah, no, he almost straight up kills Piccolo. Cell Max, for what he was just that. Like, he was a maximum terror, literally, right? So Piccolo gets his shit wrecked and he is bleeding, and it's like damn near lost consciousness. He is about to die. Like, he is literally like on the verge of dying. Like, one more good shot, Piccolo's down. Gohan's just forced to watch this. But here is where my favorite of all favorite parts happens in this movie. Because as Gohan watches as Cell almost kills Piccolo, like Piccolo is on the edge of dying, mind you, Cell Max holds Piccolo up, almost dead. Like, he holds him up like he's in victory, like he has his trophy. His kill is set. Gohan goes full beast mode, like literally. Gohan goes Gohan Beast, or Gohan Blanca as it's called. And then he transforms, and when he does, he looks cool as shit. Now, I don't necessarily like the huge bang or the way that his hair is, but it is reminiscent of the original design that Akira Toriyama did have for the android. I mean, not the androids, that he had for the Super Saiyans, which was nice. So to see Gohan do that, that was great. And his whole transformation sequence was exactly one for one, like a frame by frame comparison could be made as to his reference for Super Saiyan 2, because Akira Toriyama really wanted to bring that back. So to give Gohan a new beast form, I really hope that this honestly sticks around. But when I saw that, I swear I had to check my pants, because I'm pretty sure I creamed those fuckers. I was bouncing up and down like a kid in a candy store. Like, everything about this transformation was cool. It was a direct parallel, like I said before, to Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 transformation. When Gohan goes beast, he starts whooping Cell's ass. Okay, I'm kidding. He doesn't. I mean, not physically, at least. Cell tries to attack him, and in true Gohan is a badass fashion, he says, "Is that all you got?" Like, he says that, and then he just stares at him like he was about to completely blow him away. I mean, give him the best head he's ever gonna get. And that's just what he does. Gohan charges up the special beam cannon and lets it off as Piccolo holds down Cell Max, and the blast hits Cell straight in the dome. I mean, he took it like Snoop was taking shots to the head or shrooms. Oh man, it was like Gohan said, "You taking this bitch to the head." Gohan shoots Cell Max in the head, and then it triggers a reaction, causing him to blow up. Cell explodes and everyone makes it out. Now, there are a few things I didn't mention, and there was one big part: Goku and Vegeta. Now, there's a reason I kind of saved this for the end, because they start their fight in the middle, and spoiler, Goku and Vegeta don't show up at all. Now, they are in this movie along with Broly, Chi-Lai, and Lemon. And then there's funny parts with Beerus and Chi-Lai and Lemon and all of them. It's just hilarious, right? But they're not in this. They don't join the fight, and for the first time ever in all of Dragon Ball, especially the movies, Goku nor Vegeta interfere. They don't show up. Instead, they have a one-on-one fight the entire movie. Now, most of it is cut away to show what else happens on Earth, but they do have a fight. And in this fight, Whis tells them that they can't power up, can't use transformations. It's just base form fights. See who wins. And they have this on Beerus' planet until the end credit scene, where, for all you Vegeta fans out there, Vegeta actually wins. Like, he hits the last blow and he wins. And Vegeta's like, ah, finally, I beat him. And then they pass out and it's like adorable, but yeah. And even then, like, Broly and Limon, they are crying. They're like, oh God, it's so beautiful, it's so wonderful. Meanwhile, Chilai's just like, ugh, really? And Beerus is just trying to flirt. Beerus want to clap them cheeks. That is what he wants. But the kicker is, and I'm sorry for all of the Goku fanboys out there, Goku has never won a fight against Vegeta. Not once. Not when they first fought on Earth. Not when they had their fight on Earth again when he was Majin Vegeta. And I don't even think in Dragon Ball if they ever fought. Like, Goku has never, ever, ever once beaten Vegeta. Technically, Vegeta is, I think, like 3-0 against Goku. If I'm being honest, he never won a fight, and this just clinched it because they had that actual fight. So to see that played out and there's actually a winner was something I did not expect. I really didn't expect that at all, but I loved it all the same. And guys, that's my thoughts on Dragon Ball Super Superhero. It was honestly a 10 out of 10. If you are an anime fan, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, if you just enjoy something that's an action comedy, like, please go see this movie. Even this video is not doing it justice. I promise you, it's well worth it. It is over level 9,000 of worth it. This movie is, honestly, you owe it to yourself, to your childhood. Hell, you owe it to all of anime to go see this movie. It is spectacular. I promise you, you will love this movie. It is one of the best Dragon Ball movies, you know, aside from History of Trunks. It's one of the best Dragon Ball movies in a long time. The History of Trunks comment is my own biases, but that's beside the point. And I mean, again, I'm not just saying that because I'm a huge fan of the Android Saga. I'm saying it because it's a damn good movie. But I've kept y'all here long enough. Please go see this movie. Like, I'm begging you, go fucking see it right now. Like, literally, right now. Like, go watch it. Seriously. Anyway, y'all follow me on Twitter and Twitch, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And a spoiler-free version of this review will be coming out at some point soon. But I thank y'all so much for being here, for listening to me ramble for however long this video is. And again, take care. Like, seriously though, take care. Be kind to yourself, love yourself, spread some joy, some good cheer, and all of that stuff. And seriously, you need to go see this movie. Like, what are you doing here? Go watch it. Video's over. Goodbye. Take care. Love you all.
Go on. 見せてくれ、本当の力を。